Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this literally does not work. And let's get open for business on this morning's edition of Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys, because you literally cannot sleep on the Dallas Cowboys. Things happen late in the evening, late at night, first thing in the morning, so you want to be up to speed with all that is America's team. Oh, my. I want to know, why are some Dallas Cowboy fans so sensitive? It's like we got a complex. It's like we are literally ready to fight at the drop of a hat. I say that this is a Dak friendly channel because I'm trying to point out, because I hear so much negativity. I hear the narrative being that Dak Prescott is the worst quarterback in the NFL, that he misses wide open receivers. He's a fumbling machine. And does he need to be better on those things? Of course. But I've said before, Dak is a winner. By hook or by crook, end of the day, find a way to win. And that's what the Dallas Cowboys have been doing over the course of the last 3 years. We got 30 wins in 3 years. Let me say it again already, 30 wins in 3 years. If by chance we run the table on the last three, we will average 11 win seasons 3 years in a row. Now, it's not just the quarterback, of course. It's the running back. It's now having Amari Cooper. It's having that defense. Collectively as a team, however it's made up, it's working. So I did a video yesterday because I told everybody to kind of slow their roll. You know, there's nothing guaranteed because everybody's, oh, we got the Super Bowl. It's in the bag. It's a done deal. And I'm like, slow down. We may be hot today, but in the NFL, you can be cold tomorrow. And I brought up this video, Vikings versus the Cowboys, 2009, when we were the hottest teams going in. We had the number 2 rated defense. We had 9 Pro Bowlers. And I pointed out that quarterbacks, great quarterbacks, have bad games. Look at Tom Brady against the Giants in the Super Bowl. And immediately, some of you guys, oh, this is just a Dak channel, and you're unbiased, and this, that, and the other, and you're trash. You're always bashing Romo. It's like, no, hold up. Wasn't trying to bash Tony Romo. What I was trying to point out is, because everybody's got the attitude that immediately, if you put this quarterback in here immediately, we're going to be that much better. Or Tony Romo had, nobody ever to work with. And I'm kind of like, no, let's at least get the full picture. Don't go off half-cocked. Understand what you're talking about and the situation that's there. Because the narrative is, well, Tony Romo would have won Super Bowls, but he never had a defense. He never had an offense. If he'd had the weapons that we had right now, it's like, no. Maybe if he had better coaching, that might have been it. Collectively, he had everything that we have right now. And in 2014, he had even more. And I didn't do that to bash him. I tried to do that to let you know where we are with this guy. And he is not the narrative that everybody keeps portraying. He's not a choker. I can tell you that. I can tell you when he's in a pressure cooker, when we got to get the ball down the field, we got one shot, one opportunity to get there, I'll take that guy any day. And it's what I'm trying to do, because so many of you are so close-minded and blind, you won't even look at the numbers. You won't even look at the body of work. You won't look at what others do. You take ESPN NFL Network and Fox Sports Ones and the skip, who just say, he's bad, man, he's bad. And you know what? Here's what you got to look at. Just because you see it on TV, just because you see them dressed up in a nice suit, the great studio and everything else, doesn't mean they know what they're talking about. I know I'm just Joe, the fan, with my studio in my basement of my house. Remember what those guys said at the beginning of the year? Philadelphia Eagles, best team in the NFL, built right, best quarterback situation. They could repeat. Remember what they said about the Washington Redskins? Oh, man, they've improved. They got Alex Smith. Alex Smith, man, he's a great quarterback. Major improvement over Kirk Cousins. They could be dangerous. Remember what they said about the New York Giants? Oh, my God. They got Barkley. They got two-time Super Bowl MVP Eli Manning. And they got Odell Beckham back from injury. They could win the division. The Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott. Not an NFL quarterback. Ezekiel Elliott looks a little fat. Jason Garrett and gang can't coach. You know what I said going into the season? And all of those Eagle fans that used to be up in here telling me I'm an idiot, that I'm just a hater, I said, I think the Cowboys will go 11-5. And I'll find the video. I said, I think the Cowboys will go 11-5. I said, it's hard to repeat in the NFC East because we know since 2003, 2004, when the Eagles repeated as division champs, that nobody has repeated since. I said, I think the Eagles will be 9-7. Maybe that was a little overestimate. I said the Redskins will be better. I think 8-8 at best. And I said the Giants about 6-10. So when you go through and you follow that same narrative they have, because understand, here's what they realize. You talk about the Dallas Cowboys, you're going to get ratings. And that, my friends, is exactly what they go for. They don't care what the narrative is. How much money will they make because of what they're talking? Stephen A. Smith was on air yesterday. He doesn't even know which players are playing in the game that night. He talked about Derek Thomas still being on the team for Kansas City. It's about ratings. So the narrative is bash the Cowboys, bash Dak Prescott, ram it in everybody's head, and because you don't see the other teams, you believe that that only exists here when it doesn't. Matthew Stafford, what does that guy want? What does Sam Bradford want? What does Kirk Cousins want? What does Alex Smith want? All I know is we've done a whole lot of winning since Dak's been here. And he took over for a team that was 4-12. And clearly, if he was just a bum, how come those guys, those three other quarterbacks playing those other 11 games, only got one victory? Now that you guys got under my skin this morning, not the way you want to start off a Friday. And if you don't like, and here's the thing, if you don't like what I do, what I portray, I'm okay with that. There are plenty of channels that will go and cater to exactly what you're looking for. So please feel free. So, watching last night's game, I caught some of it after the Christmas party, and looking at Kansas City versus the Chargers, and also looking at teams like the Rams and the Saints, the question you have to have, because couple weeks ago, everybody was saying the Saints versus Kansas City in the Super Bowl. Book it. Or the Rams in Kansas City in the Super Bowl. Book it. Things change. Teams get hot. Teams get cold. 5 weeks ago, we were stone cold. We've started heating up and playing better and better and better. Defense is playing better. Offense, now we got Amari Cooper is playing markedly better. And now you start looking at, say, the Rams, who over the course of the last 5 games are now 3-2. They lost to the Saints, which has a really good defense, and they lost to the Bears, which has a great defense. So now you have to start questioning, have the Rams peaked and have come back down to earth? You look at Kansas City. A couple things you know about Andy Reid. Andy Reid always coaches quarterbacks really well. He's a quarterback whisperer. You look what he did with Donovan McNabb. You look what he did with Alex Smith. And now with Mahomes. He is an offensive genius. But one thing about Andy Reid's teams is they tail off, especially in Kansas City. They tail off towards the end of the season. They start off like gangbusters, hot as can be, and then they tail off. And now all of a sudden you have to start looking at them and saying maybe they're tailing off again like they usually do. Because the Chargers now are the hot team, beating Kansas City. And right now, Kansas City may not win the division. And that would be huge because playing in Kansas City at Arrowhead, they now have to start going on the road. And boy, if San Diego had a home playoff game in that little teeny stadium, damn. NFL didn't plan for that one. And even when you look at New Orleans getting beat by us, and then they followed up a game against Tampa Bay, where before they're putting 40 burgers on people, they only put 28 up on Tampa Bay, which currently has the 27th worst defense in the NFL. So have these teams peaked, and now they're coming back down to earth? Have they gotten kind of worn out as the season's gone on? I don't know. But as a Cowboy fan and looking at it right now, we're going up. Some of these teams are going down or just kind of staying flat. And that's one of those things that you have to look at going into the playoffs, is who's peaking and who's already peaked. Who knows where we'll be in 3 weeks from now? But right now, you got to feel good. So as always, friends, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally doesn't work. Don't forget, Sunday we'll be in Manchester Lakes at Lucky Sports Bar, broadcasting live. Hopefully you guys will be there with us, and get you on tape, get you part of the live stream and so on. I'm going to try some different angles. If I can get the live stream software together, I may have a couple of different cameras set up so that way we can get the crowd and their reaction to the game and all that on there as well. But as always, guys, thank you, and girls, thank you all for watching and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. I'll see you soon.